Just really took a deep breath and was just like, I'm here. This is the next thing. This is the next step, and I was just more excited than anything. Just happy to be here.
How has it been picking up the technique and the language and everything that they're teaching you here?
Yeah, it's catching on pretty well. For all of us in the O-line room, and Stout's amazing teacher. So it's working out for us, and we're little hiccups here and there for everybody, but we're getting it down, and it's a lot of fun to.
How would you describe Stout's technique as a teacher?
He yells a lot. If you walk outside his room, you'll be able to hear him speaking to us, and he just he cracks a lot of jokes, and he's just a funny, obnoxious guy, but he really gets his points across, and he's really passionate and cares about his players. So.
Is your sense that what you're learning here is going to be easy to pick up, relatively speaking, or is it a lot different than what you've done in the past?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's football, so everything kind of translates for no matter what you come from, offensive-wise, defensive-wise, and scheme-wise, all that. It's not too hard, not too easy. Of course, it's not going to be easy, especially where I came from. But at the end of the day, it's football. So,
number 77. What's the origin of that for you? What's it mean to you when you pulled it on today? How did it feel?
It really felt good. Like I had the choice between this and 3 other numbers, and I thought this looked the coolest. And it kind of something about 77 just looks really sweet to me. I don't know what it is. It's just kind of like the way the number looks. It's just kind of like sharp or something. I don't know.
Do you feel run blocking? They talk about something you haven't done as much as a pass blocker. How do you feel you run block?
I feel pretty comfortable with it. There's obviously room for improvement. There always will be for everything. So I just take it day by day and improve every little detail I need to improve on. So.
Is there a player or what players in the league that you kind of pattern your game after coming up in high school and college or wherever?
Well, Jason Peters was a big one of them, so kind of worked out for me a little bit here. And Tyron Smith, I watched him a lot. Joe Staley and who's the other one? Trent Williams. I like to watch guys like that.
What did you like about their games?
Kind of unique things about each one of them. Jason Peters just master technician, great kick, and can just move that large body really well, and just almost it looks effortless when he does things. And Tyron Smith, he has the fastest feet I've ever seen in the world, and long arms. And Trent Williams is just mean silverback, all that stuff. And Joe Staley is kind of just a master technician as well. And they all kind of got their little things that I like to watch about them.
It didn't really hit me until I got here and got my helmet. I was like, dang, I really got drafted to Philadelphia Eagles. So we're just talking about that type of stuff. I FaceTimed him right after he got drafted, and I was actually in the building the day after I got drafted too. So I was in the building, I was hoping, and I asked the staff, how high is Sharif Miller on y'all board? And right then, they picked him. So it was just pretty cool, and then I FaceTimed him after. He was excited. He's from here, so it's more special to him. But it's pretty exciting just having those guys still be my teammates.
Miles, what have you done the last couple of weeks? What have these last 2 weeks been like for you?
Just before I got here?
Yeah.
I was just working out, just been staying in the playbook, burying myself in the playbook, knowing what I got to do when I get here, getting a head start. So that's all.
They say it's like a foreign language, learning a new system. Is that how you've kind of approached it?
Yeah, probably for me too, because I came from a whole different type of offense, RPO offense, and this is more pro style. It has a little bit RPO, but just getting real familiar with it, just making myself study the playbook more.
You mentioned you like to get critiqued hard. Have you always been like that, or did that take time to learn in high school, college?
No, I've always been like that since high school. My high school running back coach was very hard on me. I had 2 running back coaches in college. They were very hard on me, so I kind of expected to get the same coaching style in the league because, you're a professional, so they expect you to do your job, and it's more serious now.
Are you able to show your skill set in this type of setting, or does it need to be when pads are on and you can make guys miss and that type of thing?
You just want to look at it as just coming in every day and just getting ready, getting better every day. So no matter if it's pads or no pads, I'm looking on getting better every day.
Miles, I know 24 was your number previously. What does 26 mean to you? What does it feel like? How did you think it looked on you today?
It feels good. I look at it as just a number. I'm saying it's whatever number they gave me. That's all it is. Really, it's just a number. I'm number 26 for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Did you have options?
Kind of. Yeah, I just wanted a 20 number. It didn't really matter, but like I said, it's just a number, and look forward to making it look good.
What was your birthday celebration like? What was your birthday celebration like?
It was cool. Didn't really do too much, but it was cool. Just chill with my family.
Miles, was today in any way comparable to your first day at Penn State? Your new
Yeah.
situation, new program?
I mean, yeah, it's very comparable. You know, the first day adrenaline is running. You don't know what to expect. You don't know how their systems ran. You don't know how practice is going. So now that I have a day under my belt, so I know what to expect the next day and the future coming. So I got a pretty good feeling, and tomorrow should be definitely better.
Can you compare it like today? Was today a lot of thinking, and then by the end it becomes more instinctive?
Yeah, absolutely. Just making sure you got to know what you got to do on the field, because it's a fast pace and they're expecting you to be in the playbook when you're not here studying and stuff. So just making sure you know what to do.
These last two weeks in between the draft and now, you were up at Penn State, or were you back home were you at Penn State, or were you back home in Pittsburgh?
I was in Pittsburgh after pro day.
Because the semester is over for Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
After the craziness of the draft weekend, did you get a chance to exhale and let it all hit you?
Like I said, no, I didn't. It didn't really hit me until I got my helmet and stuff. So, but it's pretty surreal and dream come true. But like I said, after the draft, did kind of just settle down and just went back to work, start working out, just making sure I'm in shape for this minicamp.
What was it like working with Deuce, a guy that played out in Pittsburgh and here as well? What was it like actually working with him today?
Good. I mean, he loves football. He loves talking ball. He gets excited in the room. Y'all don't see that side of him. So he's real energetic, and he expects a lot out of the running backs. He believes the running backs are the best players on the field, and that's how he coaches us. So he expects a lot of us, and that's just the mentality for us on the field.
What have the last couple of weeks been like for you? What have you been doing? Is it all football-related stuff that you've gone through?
Yeah, I've been training at the Prolific Park in Greensboro, North Carolina, with Ricky Prohl. Just go at it all day, every day. So, the last couple weeks just been training and getting ready. And weekends, watch my little brother play basketball in AAU.
Was it tough to wait? You get drafted and then you still have a couple weeks until you're on the field?
Not really, because they kind of prepared us for what was to come. They told us, make sure you just stay in shape and, keep crafting on your technique. So, we just find a place to train and just hit it hard.
When you first went out today, was it a lot of thinking what you're doing, and then does things become a little more instinctive as the practice went on?
Yeah, definitely. Like at first, you just don't want to mess up, and that's all you really can think about. But at the same time, you get into the groove, you get going. You get tired, so you don't even think about the play. You just think about, just going out there and playing ball. And, definitely it was a difference between the first half and the second half of practice. You just get comfortable and, just start playing football.
You signed a contract coming in. What's going to be your first big purchase?
I don't know. I get that question a lot. About to find out. I've never had a car before, so that'd be nice to have. But at the same time, I was talking to Mac Hollins, and he was like, dude, if you could just save some money, live up the street, ride a bike, that'd be nice too. So I might end up doing that. That's what I did at Stanford.
JJ, what's number 19 mean to you? I know you. Did you have a say in your number first of all, and now that you have number 19, what does it say to you?
So I originally got 19 at Stanford because it was one of the last numbers. It was like between 19 and 17, so I just chose 19. They asked me, hey, do you want to keep your same college number? And why not? It worked for me at Stanford, so hopefully I have the same effect here.
Why did you pick it at Stanford? Just to follow up on that, why at Stanford was it 19? Why did you pick 19, or what was the other option?
17.
Okay, and why 19?
Just thought it looked cooler.
One, just getting back and playing football again. I feel like it's been so long since we've been doing that against a defense, but also just learning the offense, getting a base for this offense, what the Eagles' offense is, and so that's one thing I want to do. Is just get to know my fellow draft picks, signees, and the coaches as well.
What have you heard about how difficult it is to learn a new system at this level?
Yeah, I think just the complexity going from college to the NFL. I think thankfully the system we had at Northwestern allows me to have not as steep of a learning curve, but there is a lot of differences as well, and so just really learning from Press Taylor, and he's started to teach me a lot and how things are kind of interchangeable in this system, and so it's been good so far.
Will it be a technique thing that'll be the most difficult part of it, or will it be the mental side of it?
I think it's more the mental side. I mean, obviously there's some technique, in that, but the mental side of it and just different things are going different ways. That's different than college, and so just that part of it's the biggest thing.
A sentiment that Carson shared when he came here was that it was an adjustment for him to kind of take a back seat as a rookie. He was so used to being the starter, the face of the program. You being a 4-year starter at Northwestern, how would you acclimate to taking that back seat with being Carson's team, Nate's team, so on?
Yeah, I just view it as a great opportunity to learn from those guys. I mean, they've been here for a while. Carson's the guy, and so to learn about this offense from a guy who's MVP candidate every year is such a good opportunity for me. So I'm really just looking forward to that.
Is it your personality, especially in this setting, to kind of try to exert that leadership, so to speak?
Yeah, I think any time you can make your teammates better, that's what you got to do, and that's what I'm going to do. Anytime I can make my teammates better, I'm going to say something to them and help them out.
You started every game at Northwestern and also won a lot of games. Your team, 36 games. Which of those things, those accomplishments, do you take the most pride in?
Definitely the wins, and I think just knowing that we won 36 games, it probably should have been more like 44, and just knowing that there was more on the table too is something good, that there's always room to improve.
What about the 53 starts, though? I mean, is that...
That's definitely a good thing, and that's something I'm grateful for, that I was healthy, throughout all my 4 years, and so, but the wins is the most important. I mean, it doesn't matter if you lose them all.
When you look at the quarterback room, I mean, Carson's in his 4th season, and, same with Nate, and you're obviously a rookie. I mean, there's not a whole lot of experience, like not a guy like Nick Foles, for example. Right. I mean, how do you kind of approach that? I mean, I know, like, Carson obviously has a ton of experience on the field and everything like that, but, it's a pretty young group. I mean, do you think that helps?
Yeah, I think they're young, but they've, like you said, Carson's played a lot of ball, and Nate's been a couple places, and he's a smart dude and knows a lot. So I'm going to learn a lot from those two guys and also from the coaches. Coach Peterson has obviously been around, and so I think it's just a big advantage for me having those guys there.
You mentioned, sorry, Dave, you mentioned Coach Peterson. Obviously, he played the position for a long time. He coached the position. Now he's been a head coach. How valuable is that? Have you gotten a feel for having a former quarterback as a head coach?
Yeah, that's really valuable. I think just sitting on the field today, obviously Mike Crow is calling the plays out there to us, and we're going in and, let's say I make a read, come back, and Coach Peterson's right there saying, hey, think about this, think about that. And so I think it's really valuable because he knows what he's doing, obviously, but he's played the position, which is huge. That's something that I really value.
What was it like just trying to get into the playbook? Did you have it before yesterday? A lot of the guys just got it when they first get in, but I'm guessing they want their quarterbacks to get it. And how far along do you think you are?
Yeah, I had it a couple of days before, but I think I'm just where everybody else is at, just trying to learn each day. So I like to think I had a little bit of a head start, but there's just so much that go into the detail and stuff when you get here that you learn. So just trying to learn every day. And so.
What will your nights be like? Do you anticipate as a rookie here, or maybe throughout your career at night, going back and really digging into the book?
Yeah, I do. I think the same thing that I was doing at Northwestern, go back, just go through the install again, go through the film, everything, just studying right up until I go to bed. So that's what I got to do if I'm going to learn this.
What tales have you heard from friends, former teammates, your pops, about the first year in the NFL, the transition from college to the NFL, how fast the first year goes?
Yeah, they've said it goes fast just because a lot of it, it's because your head's down, you're just going. And so I'm just trying to learn as much as I can, and I think that'll help it go.
What sort of emotions did you have taking? I mean, now it really has settled in. You took the field as a pro first time. I mean, what sort of emotions did you feel, if any, when you stepped out on that field there?
Yeah, I think it was pretty cool. This has been something I've wanted to do my whole life. Like you said, my dad played a little bit, and so that's been a goal of mine. And so to be out there was really a dream come true. But at the same time, I've kind of boiled it down to, this is what I got to do in this drill. And so it's not like some kind of lofty thing. It's like, I'm here, you got to perform. And so it was exciting. It was really just exciting to get out there and gain chemistry with different guys.
Do you feel one practice, so it's a small sample size.
Right.
But in terms of Miles Sanders, JJ, what have you seen from those guys? What was it like working with them today?
Yeah, they look great. I think, obviously they were drafted high for a reason, and so I'm looking forward to continue working with them and getting them the ball as much as possible.
As a former Big Ten guy, how much familiarity did you have with Miles, Sharif, and some of the other, undrafted rookies that are in here?
Me and Sharif were unfortunately pretty familiar. But Miles, I mean, just watched him. Obviously, he was behind Saquon for a while, and then he was awesome last year. And so, but it was cool to see a lot of Big Ten guys. And one of our safeties, Godwin Igwebuike from Northwestern, is here as well. And so it's cool to see him here too.
You mentioned your father. What kind of role did he have in your development? Did he push you hard, or was he just more of a guidance?
Yeah, I mean, he was a huge role. He was my first football coach, and so I actually used to play linebacker and quarterback, and he was a linebacker. So he'd be on the sideline, and he'd be saying, all right, just blitz, you know. And so I just listened to him, and I'd usually make a good play because he was pretty smart. But he had the biggest role. Him and my mom pushed me hard, but at the same time, he wasn't one of those guys where if I didn't want to play football, he would have been like, all right, let's do the next thing. But he always supported me. But he knew I loved football.
Have you heard from Carson?
I have, yeah. I texted with Carson last week, and then I met Nate today here. And so those guys, they seem like great guys from what I've heard.
You touched on this briefly in the conference call after the draft, but Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, said a big part of adding a quarterback was how he'll fit in the room with those two guys. What kind of personality traits do you think you'll need to mesh with them?
Yeah, I think just being myself and learning from those guys. I think that's the biggest thing is having humility, knowing that I don't know everything, obviously not at all, and those guys know pretty much it all. And so just learning from those guys, and I think that's the biggest thing.